Hey. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending upon where you're at in the world. What's going on, everybody? I don't know where you're watching live from, Facebook or from YouTube, or you came and joined us from Instagram, wherever you're from, wherever you're at. Welcome this is just a marvelous, magnificent, how many more M words can I think of? Monday. It's an amazing Monday. So listen, we are on day 8. 8 has to do with new beginnings. Monday is the first day of the week. We get to start this week off right. Hey, did you see the connection there? So I am so excited. So we are on day 8 of 25 days of her. Can you believe it? 8 days already. So 8 women. I had to figure out what hand I was putting up. 8 women have been featured. Oh my gosh. And there's so many more to go because I don't even want to rush this month. I just want this month to just kind of go slow. How about you? Except for the snow. The snow can go. All right, that's a whole nother sidebar. But I can't wait to introduce to you this phenomenal, amazing, spectacular queen. See, it is amazing. She's laughing back there, smiling. Yes. So I can't wait for you to know and hear and learn all about this amazing sister. You ready? Thumbs up. You ready? You ready? Pop in here. All right. So let's see who we got with you. The original, not a duplicate, not the secondary, not the last, but the first and the original. Miss Beverly Brooks.
Hey.
That's what I need, some sound.
Yeah, that box is somewhere else.
That box is somewhere else. So in any event. So listen, like this is day 8, and this is the 3rd day in a row we had a little bit of technical difficulties, right? Just a little bit, just tad bit, just tad bit. See, but I know power prayer. I was like, you gave this to me, Lord. I said, it's going to go through, come through. And then here she is right here. So I'm going to fade to the back and let you get to know who this amazing woman is. So Bev, tell everybody who you are, what you do, and all the things that make you so phenomenal. I know you're like, really? All of that? Yes, all of that.
Well, you guys, y'all might get a little bit, a smidget. Even though people want me to sit up there and say exactly who I am, what I do. First and foremost, my name is Bev Brooks. The first thing that I am an event planner. I'm a consultant. I have my own company for the past over 25 years, called BMB Event Consultants. And I learned how to do that from my 6th grade teacher, Miss Jolly. Um, she was a wedding planner. So she pulled me under her wing because of how I was as a kid, all mischievous, as my mom would call us. But then again, excuse me, at that age, I was bad. Wanting to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And so she took me under her wing and she taught me wedding planning, truthfully and honestly. Um, and I loved it. And I just, I elevated from it. She did just weddings. Me, I do much more than just weddings. I do corporate events, um, baby showers, weddings, bar mitzvahs, homegoings, divorce parties. You name it, I do it. And I tell people all the time, I'm the one-stop shop because my husband's a DJ. Um, and I work with, budgets and bring to light. So what I say is an eye for uniqueness. So as BMB event consultants, an eye for uniqueness. Um, I'm pretty much that person that you come to and you ask, okay, can you do X, Y, and Z? Yes, I can try to get it done for you. On many occasions, I have gotten it done for people and brought their vision to life. With going forward, I've been through several journeys um, that I don't think anybody, not too many people will probably survive through. And some haven't, and some have, um, ranging from brain surgeries, to other illnesses that sometimes you just don't recover from. So fast forward, okay. My pride and joys that I'm gonna tell you, I'm a mother of four, three that I actually gave birth to, and a mom of five grandbabies. So I want to, give a thank you to my daughters, um, that helped me grow into the person that I am, today. Because without them, I don't know where my life would have went, or how things would have been. So pushing forward after being married, now going on 21 years. 21 years. Um, to being a multi entrepreneur, not just one business, but multiple. Um, my husband and I own WBNC, Breaking Chains Radio. And I'm the back end person. And well, I'm the back and the front. No pun intended. Um, but I'm the one that handles all the contracts. Um, no matter what we're doing, sending out the emails, uh, getting sponsors. So I'm that person. My husband, he's the DJ. We have over 3.5 million listeners on our station. And we do a lot of community based work. So that's where my event planning comes into effect too, and able to do those things. Um, hmm. I venture out to multiple adventures. I venture out to multiple adventures. That's who I am. I stop laughing at me. Oh, but
Multiple adventures. I love that. I love that. So what do you mean by when you say you venture out to multiple adventures?
um, pretty much because I'm an event planner, so okay, I do that. But when I see different things, like I love DIY. If I could actually take a house, tear it down, and put up the sheetrock, I would love to just redo a house. So it's like different things that I would just venture out to do. I don't just sit down and do one thing. And then that's one of my little problems, though. It is kind of a problem
It's a good
because
problem, though, isn't it?
it's a good problem, but when your mind races and it has so many things going on, sometimes it's hard to focus and say, okay, I'm gonna do this, finish this, then do that, finish that, and then go here. No, I'm start this, start this, start this, and then all the projects are sitting there looking at me like, well, who are you going to finish first? So I can honestly say I'm proud of myself because I did start Sense by BMB, and that's my candle business. So have my little candles. So it's multiple tins and stuff like that. So all that good stuff. So
They smell good, y'all.
So it's like that's an accomplishment. Because I finished and I actually did my first pop up this past, well, no, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. I actually did my first pop up at an event that I actually decorated for. So that was like, okay, I decorated, then set up my table, and then I sat there for the event. The event was awesome, by the way. It was like the women's symposium. It was like really awesome, and the bishop that spoke, and whoo, when I tell you stuff that moved through there, moved, and people was like, "Well, did you record her?" I said it wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be recorded because it was supposed to be for those particular women in that atmosphere at that time.
Right, 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 right. That makes
So
sense. It makes
yeah,
sense.
so that's an accomplishment. So out of all my projects, that's an accomplishment. And then I go into my journals and planners and things like that. And some people can contest to how long I've been working on this thing. Okay. Oh, and it does take some time because how my mind works, I want people to get exactly what they need. So when a lot of people may look at and they'll see everything that I'm doing, I can show y'all right now. This is the planner. Okay. So this is it. And you might say, who will use that? It's so large. It's a textbook. But that's because I try to put into a planner exactly what a person possibly could need. And then I do personalized ones. So I can personalize it for your business, for you personally, things that you may like. Um, so I just love doing different projects. I like tackling different things and bringing different things out. I don't like staying stagnant, but then I also get into my moods where I'm stuck. So it's not like I'm just sitting around and just not doing anything. It's like I literally get stuck. My brain freezes because there's so much there. And then when it thaws out, all this stuff overpours and I have all this stuff going on. So another thing that I've ventured out to was, well, I've always done it. I've always talked to the youth, um, despite what how I may have raised my children, because I'm not perfect by no means. And, some children just don't like their parents because of the structure or the rules and regulations that they place on them. But then other children look at that and they want it because they're not getting that. And that's where I seem to fall into when I talk to the youth is they want somebody to listen to them. So, and I tell them all the time, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not any of that. I'm a life person, whether I've lived it myself or know somebody who has. So, I you have therapists that sit there and they can talk to you, they can give you advice, they can listen to you. But if they've never had anybody who's been through it or been through it themselves, it can cause them to just give textbooks, information. But a lot of therapists that's out there, they go based off of their experience that they have had with other clients of theirs. So they kind of play around on that aspect. Me, I like talking to people, digging in. You might not like some of the things that I say, but it comes from a good place. It comes from my heart, because I care. I'm that person. I'm the person that cares about you. If I can help in any kind of way, I will. And that's how who you see now is truly me thanking Miss Magnified herself, Carolyn Wilson, um, because she's helped me branch out and open up to a lot of stuff that I've been through. And that's where it comes to her story. and with the other 24 phenomenal women that I was blessed to meet and hear their story too, and know that you're not alone. I'm able to go forth and speak more, be a little bit more open about myself, and not so afraid of judgment, ridicule, being talked about, people coming up with their own perception of who I am, um, because of what they may have read or seen or something, instead of coming to the source, which is me, um, to get the full story. And because that's where a lot of us don't want to come out and say certain things about ourselves because we're so afraid of what somebody else may think about us. But it's all about how you think about yourself. Excuse me. Is that self worth? Um, how what's your self esteem? Do you really actually care? Because if you think about it, at the end of the day, if they're not doing anything for you, with you, to benefit in some type of way to help your life progress as well as their own, then where does it really matter? It should matter to yourself first, because that's you have to get out your own way. That's what I've been always told. Everybody keep telling me, Deb, get out your own way. It's a process, and I'm going through it. And the things that I'm doing right now is a blessing. And I thank everybody who's helped me along the way. And that's the other thing, because I didn't do it by myself. So I have to thank everybody that has helped me along the way.
Yeah.
So, because of another thing that a lot of people don't know is that I'm an ordained minister, which I haven't really put out there. That's the first time I actually spoke about that. No, second, but just openly right now is that I'm an ordained minister. And you might look at me and be like, well, how? How, Sway? But that's because I'm a different breed. I'm a different cloth that was generated by the higher, you know, and I'm walking in my purpose. A perception of something is what a person will perceive, will put into their mind to say, this is what it should be. But everybody is different. This is what I am. This is who I am. I am me. I am she.
Wow. Wow. Like, I don't know if anybody else out there got some stuff out of that. I got a lot out of that. I got, getting unstuck. Just following your purpose. Not really caring about what other people say. Being unafraid to share what you do and who you are. It's like I said, so many nuggets. I can't even conceptualize all those. So many that you drop. I gotta watch it back because I can figure out what the main theme is. But I guess maybe you could tell. But when you talked about being stuck, it made me think of this book that I'm actually reading. And maybe you can kind of read it too, and anybody else out there. Actually, one of my friends, shout out to Niquetta. She was like, "You got to read this book called Free to Focus by
Mm,
Michael Hyatt," and it's total, it's a whole, everything is a system, so basically achieving more by doing less. So when we have so many different ideas and so many different things, and it seemed like but it's like, okay, that word is focus. So, and it's so funny because I was laughing at her. I was like, it's hard for me to focus on this book. I said, because there was a time and point when I was reading some of it that it felt, for me, it felt like I was back in like school with the teacher was like, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, what is he saying? But I was like, okay, but I gotta focus, right? I gotta focus. So I gotta be free to focus. But it really is, so far, it's a great read. It's a great book. It's a great way to develop yourself. It's all about personal development. So, but Bev, man, like you just gave everybody all of you. Maybe not even all of you, but you gave them much more than your story, which I'm loving. And that's why we're doing this 25 days of her, because there's so much more to all of us other than our story. And so celebrating you today, you know, we celebrated you before too, you know, so that's a whole nother sidebar. But just celebrating you during this amazing month that gets deemed, you know, the month for us, even though the whole year is us, the whole
Yeah,
world is us, but that's a whole nother topic. But so so what did so now you already told us who you are, what you do, and all the things. So what else is coming up next for Bev Brooks and all of her different ventures, or something that you're working on? What else is coming up? Do tell. I,
Um,
I got my
I
tip.
do, I do have another interview coming up with Sunshine. Um, Let me get the correct name of her show, because I don't want to sit up there, and don't spill the correct information. I know her name is Sunshine, though, and she has her podcast. So I have to make sure of that part of it right there. You know how you not really prepared when some people ask you a question, so you sitting there and you trying to accomplish some things, and you working back and forth, and you
And
trying
you
to.
working back and forth. I get it. I get it. I get it. So while she's looking for that, because she wants to be able to give the right shout out, I get it.
Right.
I understand. I understand. I have those brain parts too. But I just wanted to give a shout out to this mug right here. I love this mug. Courage, strength, and wisdom. It reminds me of the song from India Arie. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's in a different order, but this is what this.
Mhm.
Whenever I drink out of this, I sing that song and I go.
And you sip,
Ah.
and you sip, you sip, yes.
And I start sipping, and I start sipping,
Mhm.
and I start sipping, because everything is not in black and white. Like everything is not. There's gray areas for everything, but when you have these things, so I sip on my tea.
Absolutely. I don't have my tea this morning, but it's okay though.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. It's okay.
Um,
So,
it is called Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. That's the name of her
ooh,
podcast. Yes.
keeping it real like that, like
Yes.
that, and everything you said today was about keeping it real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's going to be on the 22nd of this month.
Okay.
Because you have to be transparent. And because I just spoke to somebody about this, and I said being transparent is not giving a false presentation of who you are. Because we all have a tendency of sitting in front of somebody and giving them, and which is not a bad thing, giving them the best of us, but not all of us. Because now what you give them, and then if you can't follow through on part of it because of what's going on with you, you kind of mess some things up. So to be transparent in the instant is giving them exactly who you are, so they know exactly what they're dealing with. Because then that gives them a choice whether or not that's the path that they want to go. So, because you can go up and you can give somebody this full lavish thing and say, you can lay out the whole book. This is who I am. This is all of my accomplishments. I this. Well, why don't you speak about the pulling out your hair moments? The, oh, I couldn't do it because I didn't have the money at that time. Oh, I had to push it back because this was the situation. I had this happen in my family. I had this happen in my health. Let's talk about how you got there. Because when you give everybody just that pretty picture, they like, oh, well, shoot, that's not how it went when I tried it. They said do this, 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 and this, and I'm going to get this accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true. That's so true. That's so true. That that's so true. I actually posted earlier today about doubt. Like doubt can creep in. It's inevitable. Just like change. Change is bound to happen, right? Look, we're in the middle of change, right?
Yep.
It's been exactly 2 years since the world changed. We're in the middle of change. It's inevitable. And so is doubt. Like in the midst of you doing all the things that you're doing, and it's great and it's amazing, doubt will creep in at some point. Doubt will creep in. So then what do you do? Because but as much as doubt will come, so can your will to believe that you can do the things that are impossible. You can believe and you can do, and you can follow your purpose. You can follow your dream, and you could be fearless. That's possible too. That's yeah, that's inevitable too. But the thing is, we don't tap into it. We don't tap into it. We don't tap into it. So we just succumb to the doubt. And then so it's on the opposite. So either we tell everybody all of our accolades because we don't want to tell them our faults, or we only focus on our faults and we downplay our accolades.
Yes,
there has to be a balance, right?
Yes.
There has to be a balance. Like sometimes you don't have to worry about other people dimming your light because you dim your own.
That is true. That's why they say get out your way.
That part. All of that part. All of that part. All of that part. Man, I'm telling you.
I mean, as far as everything else that's going on, like with her story, there's about to be a book tour.
A world tour.
Yes, a world tour.
A world tour. Let's a world tour. World tour.
That is correct. Because we going across.
We going places. We going a whole bunch of places.
Right. So it's all that right there. And then possibility speaking engagements coming up for me. So which that's one of the things I said I did want to do. I actually just want to stand up on a stage and just talk. Just talk about life. Just talk about, like, tell me what you're going through so then we can talk about it. So you can figure out that you're not alone. So we can figure out a solution.
Right.
And then tap into the why. Why are you there? You know, because then that fear, because fear was one of the bigger things for me. The fear of, which I actually got on somebody about some years ago when I, went up into their house and said I was going to have dinner with them. And then I sat up there and I asked them, why are you so afraid of success? And they looked at me like, well, what? So this is this is an intervention dinner. Yeah, that's what this is. This is an intervention dinner. But then I had to look at myself. Why am I so afraid of success?
You had a mirror moment.
Yeah. A big mirror. Big. It was bigger than that. Okay? It was that whole self-reflecting, the whole full body. Because of everything that I go through the whole body shaming and things like that, and say, I'm fat, I need stuff right. So it was like a whole self-reflection and to say that you are worthy, you are great, you can do it.
You can do it.
Because me keeping my mouth shut is not going to help the next person. Because whatever's in me that needs to get out, that I'm so afraid of, needs to be said, because it's people that need to hear.
People that need to hear it. Now, speaking of what people need to hear, as we go out in the field, make sure make sure you guys get this, her story. I'm gonna come back to that in a second, but I want you to give us a final thought, final word of encouragement for today.
Try to be transparent. Try to move out of your own way. Nothing beats a failure but a try. If you stop and just say, I'm not going to do it, you will never accomplish your purpose. You will never get to where you're supposed to be if you just stop. So, regardless of all the things that you have going on in your head, again, focus, look at something straight ahead, do it, accomplish, finish, and move on to the next. Because that's all that it takes is stop, look, finish, and move on to the next.
Ooh, stop, finish, and move on to the next. You guys heard it. There's none other than Miss Beverly Brooks from BMB Event Consulting and WBNC Radio and so many other things. But listen, how can they reach you? Tell everybody how they can reach you.
I'm on Facebook as Beverly Brooks, Instagram at the original Bev Brooks. They can always email info.wbnc@gmail.com, or they can email bmbeconsults@gmail.com.
Okay, you heard it. 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 Thanks, Bev. Thanks, Bev. So glad that you were able to be here, even with our little snafus. So, hold tight. We're going to jump on over. We're going to do a little behind the scene thing, and then we're going to hop over to Instagram so you guys can follow us over there too if you want. But thank you, Bev. Hold tight. I'll be right back with you. So you guys, listen, let me just tell you, when I tell you what I tell you, that this whole series, because this has turned into a series, I am just so proud of all of these ladies, and I'm just so excited. Like, I just confirmed another one while we were talking. I'm so excited to bring all these amazing women from around the world to you, so you get to meet them a little bit more intimately. I know we did our book launch for the virtual book, for the ebook, which, by the way, is still available. You can go to bit.ly right there, that little ticker right there, Her Story Anthology. And then you can get access to for 99 cents, only 99 cents. And then also you get put on our mailing list. So that way, when the physical hard copy becomes available, which will be very soon, and to kick off our tour, and then you'll get all that information and you'll be the first ones to know. And not only will you be able to get the copy, but you'll be able to get an autograph copy. How about that? So listen, I am just so excited about the 25 days of her. I'm so excited about all of these women, about this project, about just life. And I'm just so glad that you were able to be with us today, whether you're watching this on a replay, hearts and likes, and please share this with individuals. Because, there was something that Bev said that could bless you or maybe somebody else that you may know. So today, the word for her that I got from Jay was transparency. Just be transparent. Just be transparent about everything that you do and who you are. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your Monday. And I want you to do 3 things. I'm telling you 3 things that I always tell you to do. So I'm going to magnify it twice. 3 things. So be empowered, be inspired, and most importantly, what is it? What is it? Do you guys know at this point? You should know at this point. At this point in your life, you should know exactly what it is. It's be magnified. All right, you guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you later. Bye.